We are now approaching the end of preparation for high school. We will now have a 10-minute Q&A. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we will do our best to answer. Anyone?
Please, guys, ask questions, seriously.
I have a comment instead of a question. I really liked your presentation.
Thank
You did
you.
a really good job.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
Guys, seriously, ask questions, because in high school, you're actually going to be really confused. Trust me, my first year, I was lost.
I have a question for the young students that are here. What schools are they going to?
Do it the way we did the food.
If you're going to Somerset, hit me up.
How much are you going?
Somerset.
Okay.
You got one more Simcoe.
Eden.
Eden.
Eden?
Yeah. Sir Winston. St. Francis.
St. Francis or Meyer. Still undecided?
Yeah. I think the young fellow just joined
Oh, I'm not in high school.
That's what I thought.
What about the sisters have?
You guys know what high schools you might be interested in going into?
Simple?
Simcoe? No.
I go to Simple.
Oh, you go to Simcoe? Oh, okay, not sure. Okay, now ask a question.
Are the exams hard?
You like a long time ago.
Honestly, it really depends. Like, to be honest, one thing I know is that if you're attentive throughout the whole semester, like you pay attention every day from the beginning of the semester till the end, exams is just you have to study. You just have to review yourself. But like, for example, if you don't pay attention the whole semester and then all of a sudden you're just cramming and studying and you're learning everything, it's hard that way. But if you're attentive throughout the school year, then you already have that knowledge at the back of your head and you just have to review. Exam week is fun because after exam week you get 4 days off, so.
Sorry?
Do you have any tips for organization?
Organization. Organization is very important. How are we going to do it? If you have an agenda, write in your homework, whatever you have to do, tasks, anything. And also binders, like don't have loose papers. Trust me, you don't want to have loose papers. It's the worst feeling ever. I didn't have loose papers, alhamdulillah, but I know friends that do, and they're always looking for sheets in their bag, and after they're like, oh, can I just take a picture of your sheet? And it's like, it's really, really hard for them. So organization is key, guys.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff in high school to remember, and just remember it off from your head. It's almost impossible. So writing it down helps so much on your phone, in your notes, just anywhere. Writing down whether you have homework or anything really does help.
If you're going to Catholic school, is religion class mandatory?
Okay, so I don't go to Catholic.
I go to Catholic school.
So, yeah, you're mentioned.
It's mandatory for all grades. Grade 9 and 10 is about Christianity. But once you go into grade 11, it's divided into 5 strands, which you learn about Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, Jewish, and Christianity. And then grade 12 too. It's a really, really easy course. It's mandatory, but it's extremely easy.
So you can't get an exception? Exemption?
No exceptions, but 95% of the class is extremely easy to achieve. Soda?
If you think about it, it's not a bad thing learning about Christianity too, because then you learn more about other religions and how they are similar and different than your religion.
You're staying woke. Any other questions?
I'm just wondering if you guys shed some lights about course selection, because it is very important what they course select, so then when they go to university, so if you can.
So in grade 10, you start to, in your grade 11 year, the only mandatory courses you have to take is English and math. You'll get to that. They'll explain to you in school, so I don't want to overcomplicate it for you. Other than that, all 6 other courses is up to your choice. So I had to choose what all my grade 11 courses are going to be. If you know what you're going to be, or at least what area you're heading in, you don't need a specific career path, try to move into that pattern. So like if you're more heading towards, let's say, engineering or doctor, so you're going to take more math and sciences, but if you're going to become a lawyer or an author, then you're going to do more history, literature, and stuff like that. So try to maneuver your courses towards what you're going to do. But your first few years, there's basically all compulsory courses, so like you have to take them.
This is for mostly the high school students who are here. Did you find the guidance department able to help you in those avenues of thinking? Because for some people, the guidance department is an excellent area to, or resource to help you to decide on the courses and such. Have you personally? Gracie, Yaman, Malik? Because you're most recent.
Okay, so I know that guidance they pay attention to the senior grades more than the junior grades. Like they still pay attention to the junior grades, and I'm sure like if you have any problems, they're there to help you. But like especially when it becomes important, like how the brother was saying about course selections for university, their guidance counselors are usually there for you in terms of university applications and how you have to structure your courses, and they make you the priority before other people. So guidance, other than that, you don't really need them in your junior year.
Have you, Yaman, used the
Yaman,
guidance
Yeah,
department?
we have student services at Dennis Morris, and because I'm going to grade 12 now, they've helped me very much going into grade 11 with what courses I should be taking for university. And going to student services at your school, they'll tell you what courses you should take in grade 11, programs to go into university.
Gracie?
Yeah, same. Very helpful. When I talked to them about what field I wanted to go in, and they helped me research the courses and the universities, what courses they require to accept you into what, say I'm going into engineering, inshallah. They helped me research what courses I need to take in grade 11 and grade 12 to achieve a spot in whatever university I want for engineering.
Yeah, the guidance counselors are very, very, very busy people, but when it comes to talking to you, all their attention is directed towards you, so don't worry about that.
If you're on a sports team, how many practices do you have a week?
That depends on the sports team. It depends on the school. Some sports go like only 2 months. Some sports go 6 months. It depends on the sport.
Yeah, it also depends, I think, on how dedicated your coaches are. When I was in high school, we had to practice every day before school and after school, but for basketball. But our guy was a little like, he one day just walked through the door and he was like a licensed professional like European basketball coach, and he had wanted to like work. Now he works with previously worked with on Team Ontario and Team Canada, and he just walked through the door and they gave him like a coaching position. So sometimes if the coach pushes you, he'll want you to work hard and stuff.
Yeah, like for example, football season is super short, but they have practices every day after school.
Is there like a limit on how many sports you have to do or you can do?
I don't think there is a limit. There's no.
No, I don't think so.
Because like I have some friends that do like 6, 7 sports a year.
But don't some like sports are like at the same time? Like can you like go to
Yeah.
say if it's like the sport at the same time, can you go to both?
That because I don't do a lot of sports, so I can't speak for anybody else. But that's when time management comes in. I think usually some people they commit to one sport more than another, so you find which one you think you really want to do and you're really good at, and then especially when you get older. It depends on the person, but some people like for example they do a lot of clubs and sports in grade 9 and 10, and then grade 11 and 12 they start dropping it because they need to focus more on school. So it's definitely finding your priority.
Sir Winston, is football and basketball season at the same time?
I think basketball season starts after football season.
Yeah, football starts like
It's the
near the
fall.
beginning of the year, and then basketball starts around October, September,
It's like
or
winter.
October, November.
There's an overlap of about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks,
Yeah.
depending on playoffs and other things like that.
Any other questions?
How accommodating the high schools to your desires to participate as a Muslim? So, for example, did you ask for a time and a place to pray, or time off for Eid, or time off for Jummah, and how were the schools in handling that?
Okay, that's actually a really good question. So let's go. I'll talk about Sir Winston and he'll talk about the other maybe players you can talk about. Let's go. At Sir Winston, so as Ahmed said, Brother Malik Blossom teaches there. So every Friday he has his Jummah in the auditorium. And if you ask, I believe in the library, if you ask, they give you a little room to pray on other days. But anyway, he has a Jummah, so if you go to Sir Winston, you should come to the Jummah. Good Brother Mag just gives a short khutbah, and then we pray, and that's our Jummah at Sir Winston, instead of kids skipping class going to the Jummah here. In terms of Eid, this past year, they actually allowed us to do exams a little early if we didn't want to do exams on Eid day. I personally didn't go through that. I thought that I could just do my exam, and then Eid wasn't on the day anyway. So everyone thought Eid was going to be on a Monday, but it was a Sunday anyway. But like, if you really talk about it, they're concerned about your religious holidays and whatever other accommodations. But yeah, you have to speak up though. If you don't say anything, then they don't do anything. Because there is, other than Brother Mac, there's like, the staff is like, some of them don't even know Muslim personally, so like, you know, you have to just speak up about your issues.
At Dennis Moore, so it is a Catholic school, and I know a friend, we only have around 7 to 10 Muslims in my grade, because it's a Catholic school. But I know a friend who talked to our principal, asked about praying for Friday prayer, and well, they said to pray in the chapel, and doesn't feel appropriate because it's a Catholic school. And at DM, our lunch is around Friday prayer time. So I know friends who come here to pray.
Yeah, at Governor Simcoe, I was able to, with a note from my parents, I handed it into the attendance secretary, and they were very accommodating. So I wanted to pray Jummah at the Masjid because there aren't really that many other Muslims in my school, and there wasn't a khutbah. We didn't have a Muslim teacher. So I just handed in this note, and every Friday I was allowed to take off one class. So this last semester was science. So every Friday I would miss that science class to go to Jummah. And alhamdulillah, the teacher was very accepting and would always give me the work that we were going to do a day before. And if I missed that day, or she just didn't have it ready at the time, she would give it to me on Monday and would give me a bit of extra time on that time. And even when I would ask to pray in a room, the secretary, she was like, okay, yeah, let me give you a classroom. So they were very accommodating when it came to religious needs.
Yeah, just talk, guys. Just talk to them. They're not scary people. They might look scary a little bit, but they're not. Any other questions?
So say you can't go to Jummah on Friday because like nobody can pick you up or anything, and you don't have like a Muslim teacher. Like I know, so you said you have a teacher there. You don't have a Muslim teacher who can like lead the khutbah. Is it okay for like a student to lead the khutbah?
Yeah. So I think like in certain schools, like in the U.S., they started doing it. Yeah. Like I don't know. Like it's alhamdulillah. Like we have Jummah instead. I think that people are starting to try to do their own Jummahs and students giving their own khutbah. So, you know, if you get a group of Muslims, you can do your own Jummah. So definitely look into that and see who are the Muslims at your school. Yeah, that's another important thing I want to say. I didn't say in my presentation, but guys, Muslim friends are really important. Like, it's not bad to have non-Muslim friends, but in the end of the day, if you have Muslim friends, those are the people that you're able to relate to and that you feel a sense of comfort. Like, even if it's just a little thing like, oh, like, I'm really tired today because I'm fasting, and like, no one else will get what you're feeling, and like, maybe your non-Muslim friends will be like eating in front of you. You have those Muslim friends who are with you in this together, so yeah, so don't avoid your Muslim brothers and sisters at school. Stay close together. Any other questions?
Thank you for your questions, and thank you for answering.